everybody. How are we all doing? I'm Loomis, and with me today we've got Navan.
A star shines on the hour of our meeting.
Rise from your grave.
Yeah, I left it on there for that. I love it. I keep getting good ones. I mean, I think last week was it Narellan is you? Was that the one I got last week? I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Quite like.
Today I got Blue Warrior Shot the Food.
Oh, Gauntlet.
Yeah.
Time for moving things around.
Less for Thor.
Man, we should play some Gauntlet again sometime.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Right, let me go
And it's
check
been
out.
like 2 years since we played it, so.
How does this keep happening?
Passage of time.
Yes. But also I went to check on the barn situation because I was sure that all the iron golems would be back in there. Good news, only one iron golem is in with the cows. But
Nice.
bad news, there was a farmer inside somehow.
I mean, I've got a villager in the keep as well. I think they're just taking up
Hmm.
here. I'll have to get a job site block or something.
Hmm.
I'll put some stuff in the cellar and see if they start taking up a trade.
Yeah. Come on, buddy, out you go. There we go.
Hey, Finn. Come on. That's it. Goodbye. I mean, the real question is how the villager got there.
Well, yeah, it's
Because they can't open gates.
oh, the one to the keep. Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess they could have.
Must have gone up the hillside.
Yeah, this is that one like route you can take out if you go right around back at keep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you can come from other side. Because yeah, you can, but you have to do a lot of jumping, and I don't know if they'd jump in the specific way that you need to do.
Yeah.
Or maybe. Who can say?
Sometimes the pathing is incredibly on point. Other times, not so much.
Very true.
Are you seeing this?
Yeah.
He just flew over the fence. Also, Fenrir's in there now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk away and see if he
Yeah.
teleports. There he did. Good boy. Good boy, Fenrir. That's it. Give it to them. Good boy. Go check on crops in general. I must certainly did that. So, is that still over it? Must be.
Somebody not reset the train.
Yeah, I think there's there might be stuff in it still. Actually, I can't remember. Can't remember where we were up to. So it needs offloading and that. It may do. I'll check that out.
Come on, Biggie. I don't know what witchcraft you use to keep getting out, but back in for now. Get a mount, actually. Let's do a sweep for stray animals. Except for chickens, because there's no point doing that until somebody does their job and fixes the wall.
Well, I remember, of a time when I was talking about expanding things, and you're like, oh no, watch where I'm building that temple. You can't go out over there. So, you know, what's a man supposed to do?
That's certainly in proximity to things that I actually said.
Exactly that. Also, someone's probably an Enderman or such has unplowed some of the beetroot field.
Help! I've encountered a poltergeist.
Poltergeist? Okay.
Yeah. I can't open the gate to the stables. It just rather I can open it, but it immediately slams shut in my face. Okay, I managed to squeeze through, but the situation persists. Is this happening with every gate? This is happening with every gate. Can you open gates?
I could when I came out of the keep because I opened both of them because it's easier for Fenrir to get out.
Oh. Whoop! I'm also teleporting. I think this be more of a systemic problem. Doors work fine though, which is interesting.
Yeah. You'd think if you're affecting one, it'd affect them all, wouldn't
you? Yeah.
Chief. There's still mischief afoot, or is it resolved?
I think it's resolved. Hard to tell. I haven't teleported for a little while.
Promising. Are you saying that what we need is more gates everywhere? And then we could tell.
Yeah.
And just not have the whole village divided by fences to little sections, each with an abundance of gates.
Okay, yeah, it seems to have fixed itself.
Hey. In Bad Bunny's community, some of them made like a bingo card. And then somebody actually turned it into like an interactive thing.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. And like there's loads of these cards because they must have come up with a load of things to go on the bingo card. So you get like a random one each time. And you know, if the certain thing occurs in stream, you click the box.
Yeah.
And try and get bingo. When I was thinking, I was like, I bet you could. Yeah, I bet there's things that I do regularly enough that you can make a bingo card out of. And the question to me is, what is the free square in the middle? You know, the one that you guaranteed.
Yeah.
I don't know if it changes a lot on the Bad Bunny one, but I've seen two, which is late, because she's always late, and hen low, because that's actually opened the stream. Doing the hen low, say it back, hen low. Can't remember when that started, but certainly since first joined. But it is now a staple. Is it mentioning Tolkien? Is that my free square?
Maybe mine could be losing a leash. Where the heck?
A leash?
Yeah. I Put it on the cow, moved 2 inches, and then the leash vanished.
We need to find a swamp, because they reliably spawn slimes, and then we can harvest them. You know, harvest their bodies for slime, which we can use to make leashes.
Yeah.
So we're very ethical.
This sounds entirely vegan.
I mean, we raided hell to slay some creatures. Because their bodies had materials that were useful to us.
Yeah.
I mean, it was to save a life, it wasn't just for lols. Or possibly bringing somebody back from the dead. I mean, you know, maybe that complicates things a little.
So it's arguably the same thing. Yeah, that, as far as I can tell, that leash did not so much break as just clean vanish from the world. Like, it's not on the floor over there or anything.
Not in your inventory, is it?
No.
So I know that sounds like an insultingly obvious thing, but sometimes they can break and you pick them up straight away. So you might feasibly be looking for it, but you already have it. Kind of like when people looking for glasses, but they're on their head.
Yeah.
It's assumedly is the opposite of phantom hat syndrome. A very serious condition.
Nurulon says ZZZ.
Oh, did I teleport again? Oh boy. Okay. Let me just get this cow into the in the barn.
I'm perfectly safe at the minute, so do as you need to do.
In you go. Come on. In you go. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One cares.
Yeah. Clear all the carrots before you plant new ones? Wasting valuable growing time. You should plant a new one the second you pick one up.
It's true. But since we only harvest them once, they're all grown in. So a more universal growing time is beneficial. Well, profits that you could be eating, you know what that do?
Yeah.
Because we could be making money all the while. Satirizes capitalism, that's on my bingo card. This is some aspect of railway operation. Bonus points if it's specifically the Midland Railway. pro-Midland bias.
I'm gonna look for that leash. No. There's only a tiny area in which it could be, and it's not there. I don't understand.
It's not falling down a hole, is it?
No? I even checked if it, like, zipped on top of the nearby hillside or something.
Where were you when it happened, and how did it occur?
Well, I was next to the fire gate beyond the keep. There was a cow right up against the gate. I leashed it,
Good.
took a few steps, looked back, the cow was no longer leashed, and the leash no longer existed.
There's a few kind of like pits and stuff around there. It's not somehow ended up in one of them, is it?
Not that I can see. I've been lighting madly around the whole place, trying to see if it'll pop into my inventory. Also, going up high and look down, and I can't see it anywhere. Right now I'm climbing the high hay in case it somehow popped up here. Oof.
That's...
My patrol has discovered a surprising dearth of wild cows and stray bright red sheep wandering around the village.
Huh. I thought there'd be more.
Although, these iron golems might be in a bit of a situation.
What are they up to?
Over by Miki's house, they're on a ledge halfway down the chasm. Well, not halfway down, but partway down the chasm.
Yeah, that doesn't sound ideal. What I'm gonna have to do here is sell some of this stuff and then go back for more. Let's find some farmers. Come back.
Okay. Yeah, I see the issue here. So please stop walking around next to the edge. You're making me very nervous, sir.
Keep Liz.
Okay, that's one.
Ooh. What you found?
Nah, it's one of the iron golems freed. Amber lamps. Teleport over here, please. Amber lamps, no. Amber lamps, do not push the iron golem off the cliff.
Cats, man.
Yeah.
Saw a video on Twitter entitled "My Cat's an Idiot." It's this cat, and it's got its head stuck in sink under the tap, and the water's just pouring on its head, and it's still like lapping as though it's getting water, but the water is just cascading on its head. So that's it's not in your mouth there, Church.
There we go.
Right. That's a pleasing circumstance. Right, let's see what else we can flog to unsuspecting village. Cluster of farmers right there.
Is there a pig in with the chickens?
Yes.
That wasn't a yes or no question.
I mean that there is a pig in with the chickens. I can provide no further information. Ooh, hats. Hats. Hats.
Also,
Lots of hats.
here's a cow in the community park.
Things happening here. So. See there? There you go. Keep trading. I need you to offer me a very slight discount on pumpkins so I can sell them all. Come on, give me a one emerald, a one item discount. Bah. Bah. Bah, I say. We've got left to sell. Carrots. I'm not going to sell them 5 beetroot. Got plenty of melons to sell though. You're not going to be able to sell 5 beetroot.
Yeah. Not enough for a decent salad, that.
I don't like that I can hear a villager, but I can't see him.
Mm-hmm.
That always augurs not well for my money.
Yeah, as a general rule.
Oh! What are you doing, Fenrir? Why are you in that tunnel? Why are you spinning around? I'll do that later.
What?
He ran in the tunnel and then started spinning around. I don't know.
Dog things.
Yeah.
Neuralon says ZZZ.
Chasing his tail, one imagines.
Yeah.
saw a video of a dog that caught its tail and then just stood there looking confused. I didn't know what to do next.
Mm,
And then just kind of sidled away.
yeah. What's the next step there?
Yeah, it's very much now I must decide what to do with you. Caught Skeletor. Yeah, I used to think Skeletor. Like when you see like clips of it and he's talking in that weird voice, I always thought it were a meme that people had edited. I didn't
Yeah.
realize that that's just how Skeletor talked. What? Yeah, and all that's just like a woman. Whoa, Skeletor.
Yeah.
Because I had the toys as a kid, but I didn't see the series. Obviously, my brother grew up in the 80s,
Mm.
was more than us. Right? So he watched all the he used to watch the episodes and what have you. Whereas I played with the toys that he'd got, but I didn't watch the episodes as such. They weren't really airing when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So I didn't really know how they all talked. I knew all the storylines and everything, just not how it was articulated on screen. And it was Skeletor's a revelation.
Yeah.
So everybody, they have items they may wish to buy. Hey, a chicken.
No.
I'm afraid, yes. I know not why or where it was from, only that it is.
I just rode around the whole village looking for chickens, and I didn't find a single one. I find it very suspicious that as soon as you go out, there's chickens.
I can see why you'd think that, but I'd have a tendency to throw eggs around and see what happens. I may have contributed to the chicken problem we one time had. But on this occasion, I'm innocent. Did not do. I've got my bow with me, I can soon solve it if you like. Or indeed Fenrir.
You're gonna solve Fenrir? Your
Use
crimes have not-
Fenrir to solve said problem.
That would clearly be illegal.
Indeed, so. Doing today.
Hmm?
A couple of jobs.
Yeah.
What did I need over at the station? I said I needed a few more resources than I.
Hmm.
Maybe it's stone bricks and what's it, stone? That seems legit. It would make sense if that were the case. We've not got any polished stones left. We've got 9 smooth stone. I'll set some more cooking. Unless you've just brought in ovens.
I've just put, yeah. The cobblestone box is well full, so I've just put some in.
Cat in here.
The cat in here.
Oh, there's no fuel, that's why. Excellent.
I need to make a trip to the Wizard's Tower.
So I always need stone breaks, so there's probably some stone breaks involved. Timer up, I think, Fenrir. So far, no iron golems in with the multicolored sheep.
Hmm. It's only a matter of time.
True. It's true. Yeah, but it just seems to have left. Don't know where he's gone. Fenrir, come through here. Come on. That's it, go back. Shall return. Heh. I like that we've essentially got his own monster spawner in the snowman. So you know, every so often just farm a tiny amount of XP and maybe some arrows or something. What do I over there? I know it needed finishing, but I can't remember what needed doing. Yeet! It's addressing.
What's that? What's that?
I'm just musing. There's like
Yeah.
5 iron golems before you even reach Chasm Village Station.
Yeah.
They're all just like shoulder to shoulder. Don't know how they got in.
Mm,
I guess I have to get a lead and lasso them out.
yeah.
And see if they just spawn in there Or if they get in by more mundane means.
I have been wondering if maybe the way they're constantly getting into like the barn and that. There's like 5 of them in there now. Yeah, they just spawning in there and like. Because they don't have names. Do they just like pick a location when we log in?
No.
Hmm.
I think once they're there, they exist, don't they? 'Cause they take damage and stuff.
Yeah.
Do they? Do they spawn in every time with the same stats? Or... Well, a good question. But they do tend to congregate as well, don't they?
Yeah.
Like though they do at the bottom of the well. Did you see that video I linked to in memes? The Elder Joes.
Yeah.
Why did they move the camera like that? It just looks like your first person animation, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Illumus of fail says ZZZ.
I'm kinda not anywhere convenient right now.
Yeah.
I need a little time.
The way he's stood off to the side, it makes it look like he's just some rando who happened to be there. Like the camera turns around, it's like, oops. Yeah. Sorry, didn't mean to disturb you.
It's the way he's stood as well.
Yeah.
He looks like an NPC.
Yeah.
Like he's all kind of stiff and just stood looking around, but not much.
Mm-hmm.
So he's proper like NPC behavior.
Need something?
Yeah. But people in comments will like put him Skyrim quotes, but change for the American political situation, which made me laugh. Nearly there. Can't find a tunnel. I don't want to like wake up in a chasm or in a wall or something. It really does seem to stretch on forever, doesn't it? You look down the tunnel, it's just like straight.
Yeah.
It almost looks, as you're staring at it, like the tunnel's curving slightly. Like he's not. It's just a
Yeah.
trick of the light. The abandoned station.
Neuralon says ZZZ.
Sleeping in an abandoned station is probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Unexpected. Not unwelcome.
What's up?
I found a bone in here.
Oh.
Unexpected, but not unwelcome.
Do you describe yourself as confused but not displeased?
Yes, I was. That's a good book, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not an unpleasant thing, Frito says to Gimlet. You know? It might not be the correct answer to may you always buy cheap and sell dear, but...
Yeah. I mean, all of our hemorrhoids shrink without surgery.
Exactly. Use the wrong cat. Ah, that's fine. I'll leave it. That's what you'd want, wouldn't you? You don't want,
Yeah.
that you know? Ah, yes, that's what I needed to do. I don't think I brought enough stone. using my shovel, so I'm just massively over-penetrating whenever I'm digging soil. Problems for later. There, really. Like that. Is that too low a ceiling? I don't know. Just don't know. Probably fine. I'm gonna call that a chasm. A cave, actually. I'm gonna call that probably fine.
Yeah. Caves are usually just fine. The vast majority of caves don't hurt us on account of we haven't encountered the vast majority of caves yet.
Exactly, so statistically they're safe.
Hmm.
Saw somebody online saying that they'd never met anybody for whom COVID had been worse than the flu. Yeah, they did all that stuff. So there's that
Yeah.
author, I don't know if you've heard him, called Michael Rosen. And he had it really badly. Like, he's in his 70s. And he had it really badly, you know, intubated for a while and all that unfortunate stuff.
Yeah.
And he replied to that guy, and it's like, you know, I had this, that, and the other. You know, I ended up with pulmonary embolisms. I had, you know, lost like sight in one eye and hearing in one side. I, you know, listed all these like horrendous symptoms that he'd had. And the bloke replied, "Yeah, but I haven't met you." Well, you know, I mean, technically correct.
Yeah.
But kind of missing the point there. So, well, true. You know, you haven't met him, I guess. Into that. There we go. So that's already just needs tracks laying down to it now. We get into that. Obviously, that'll. I can bring a barrel and divers, minecarts, and rails and such. Let's see.
I accidentally punched a hole in the dirt.
Oh.
My fists are too strong.
Fists of Fury.
Maybe over here is a better spot. Yeah.
Loof in air. do for now. Yeah. Thought I was it. I found explored earlier and laid some torches down in those caves. Yeah, whoever made that Elder Joe's spoof there, like they'd done it so well because they got the sound effects of the feet,
Yeah.
the you know, the way the compass panned as the compass altered as the camera panned, all the markers and everything, just spot on. I think this is the sorry.
I need a version where the camera pans round and it's Bernie sitting in his chair.
Hey. Oh, that would be good. Not that we're everywhere, would it?
Yeah.
Did you see the video somebody did? You know, in the Prancing Pony in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
It's it's the scene where they first notice Aragorn. You know, when he's sat in the corner smoking his pipe,
Hmm.
and they're like, "Who's that man in the corner?" Except this time, instead of Aragorn, it's Bernie, and it works so well.
Yeah.
Like you know the video you get the close up where of Aragorn's face, which is just lit by his pipe under his hood. You get that close up of Bernie, you just see like his eyes above his mask.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Wow.
I need to take a journey to a foreign clime.
Oh, where you headed?
Stars and Sea, maybe? I need orange flowers, and they don't seem to grow around here.
Yeah. Trying to think where we got them from.
Yeah.
Was it beyond East Market? On those plains.
Yeah, maybe.
It'd be so much effort to do, but I think it'd be good. Although I don't think we should do it because it's too much effort. To like homogenize the building materials inside the tunnel, so it's just stone.
Yeah.
But that'd look good, rather than it being all patchy and such. But could you imagine the labour and resources involved in doing that?
Yeah.
Not worth it. Jeff.
Did contribute a lot, feeling like riding the train through the tunnel is a nightmare that doesn't end. May have gotten caught in this eternal loop.
Neuralon says WZZZ.
Nope. WZZZ.
That's all a typo.
Hey, Jess!
Hey!
How are you doing? What's going on?
Has the reindeer with snowman arms been around like a year now? It doesn't it?
Yeah.
So last Christmas, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's stuff.
Yeah, how is things, Jess? Are you feeling much better? I've not been able to keep up with your health updates on account of I got banned from Twitter for opinions.
Have you yet to describe it as Orwellian though? Because you have to describe it as Orwellian.
Yeah.
Like I don't make the rules.
Mm.
You have to describe it as Orwellian. And say how it's just like 1984. I've seen it done recently. So.
I mean, 1984 did go into great detail about Twitter.
It did, that's true. It was very prescient in that regard. 'Cause people reading it at the time were like, what?
Yeah.
What the hell's Twitter?
Mm. Ah! Well, got creepered.
Oh no. That's the last thing you want.
Yeah. Right in the middle of the railway as well.
What?
Very unfortunate. No, it's outside the railway, like technically, you know, station doors kind of thing.
Yeah.
But still problems with smell and taste. Ooh. But you're on the mend, right? That's the important thing.
Catch breath easily. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I am in fact banned from Twitter. Because when I got my COVID vaccination, I posted a joke about how I had a mild headache, so clearly the side effect rumors were true, and they banned me for it. Spreading false information.
He's a troublemaker, alright. Mermaid seas.
Pardon?
Mermaid seas?
Oh, ease. For a moment there, I thought you said mermaid seeds. Like, wait, what?
Could you imagine?
Yeah.
Whoa, hold on now. Where does TNT go? Looking for a friend.
Tools, I think.
Thank you.
Yeah, Jess, I am no longer on Twitter. Yeah. Honestly, you can't even tell a joke these days if it goes against the party line. It's Orwellian, frankly.
Depression. Referring to Misaki Orwellian remarks, it's when a load of people got banned off Twitter for, encouraging people to try and overthrow the US government.
Yeah.
They claimed, it was Orwellian and just like 1984 and so on. It's like,
Hmm.
I mean, there's a lot to say there.
Yeah.
First of all, you're not on the side you think you're on
Hmm.
in 1984. The book famously, opposed to, fascists and stuff.
Hmm. Yeah. No. No. No worries, Jess. I'll be taking my business elsewhere. I hear there's
Doing
a
pilot.
yeah, I hear there's a hip new tweeting site that's popular with rich elderly white men and obese turtles that have been flipped on their back. So you might check that out.
People who've been oppressed by the man.
Yeah. And it's had it a lot worse. Oof. They're both okay now, I hope. Or at least recovering. Hospital visit and a paramedic. Oof. Yeah. Spooky stuff.
Not good.
No.
Someone pointed out online, which is something I'd not really thought about, but it's very true. That a lot of people say, it's no worse than the flu, etc.
Hmm.
First of all, it is.
Yeah.
But second of all, the flu's not mild.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. Like last time I had flu, like that's how, you feel like you're gonna die, don't you? I mean, no, obviously you intellectually know you're not, but you feel awful and you're sweating and you like
Yeah.
everything aches and you can barely move. Like that's flu. I think a lot of people get like a cold and they're like, oh, I've got flu.
Yeah.
They did not, in fact, have the flu. I think it's one of them, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I've had a doctor tell me that a quick diagnostic as to whether something is a cold or the flu is: do you think there's a real chance you might die from this? If yes, flu. If no, cold.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Wait, is it that one? Is that what I need? I need these. Put 'em back for that, please. Good plan. Yeah, sometimes I watched Squid Gaming. And a while ago, I forget exactly when, she had flu.
Yeah.
And she had influenza A, which is one of the harsher strains. Like, bird flu and swine flu are both influenza A, BT dubs.
Yeah.
And I believe the Spanish flu was a strain of influenza A, because that is basically still around. It's just not the specific strain that gave Spanish flu, but the kind that broadly speaking, it's now mild compared to fatal.
Yeah.
As the Spanish flu was. But yeah, she ended up in hospital with influenza A and like really badly. Where they were like, yeah, we need to get your temperature down so you don't die. That kind of not fun times. I don't know how much I'm gonna need. So just take like an excessive amount, and that'd be alright, wouldn't it?
Better take too much than too little.
True.
Is what they said to me last time I donated blood. Yeah, we've only had the paramedics over to my house once, and it's an experience that has always stuck with me. Largely on account of how, as they were leaving, one of the paramedics looked directly at me and said, "See you soon."
Monkers.
Yeah.
At least it went on Undertaker. not this year, just gone, year before.
Hmm.
So end of 2019, I think. Oh, but maybe we're beginning of 2020. I can't remember. My grandfather collapsed
Yeah.
while attending a funeral. Ironically enough, that's what sparked my memory. Then he collapsed. Like he was stood up back at. Oh, I think he was stood up. Maybe sat at back at church, and yeah, he collapsed. And some of the people that were with him, when he'd come to and everything, because everything got an ambulance and stuff, and everything were a bit settled, said, the thing is, Undertaker were measuring you up. It's like, I loved the image of like mid-funeral, right? Well, because obviously the Undertakers have duties at funerals, don't they? They lead the coffin and all that. And then at mid-funeral, this Undertaker just produces a tape measure for his pocket and starts like measuring up this dude while everyone's trying to like revive him.
Yeah.
Reminded me of I can't remember which western it is.
ZZZ.
Could be High Plains Drifter, where there's a gunfight in the street. That could be any western, obviously. And like as soon as kind of the shooting stopped, while the smoke's kind of drifting through the streets, the Undertaker comes out his office and like starts measuring up the bodies and that. Like it's the minute the shooting stopped. Quite good actually. Gentlemen, please. Trying to. Thank you.
Oh, no orange flowers here either. I have to take a horse and just ride around until I see some. We had a few in storage, so we must have, and it's part of my livery, so.
I used them to make the dye for the stained glass windows at Keep.
Yeah, so we must have had quite a few at some point.
I can't remember, because wherever we go, we take samples, don't we? So
Yeah.
I don't know exactly where that was.
Alright, head back to base camp. I'm gonna head home and get a horse. Figure something out.
So I think it was to the east of East Market, or maybe that southern area, southeast.
Yeah. So there's some villages quite a way to the south that we don't go to very often. Good chance it's out there. I was trying to think of places that are like visibly different biomes, though.
Is this plains? You mostly get flowers. They do get them in woods as well.
Yeah. I mean, like sleeping under the stars because you're too lazy to walk to the inn that you built just round the corner. I mean, it's a nice night out on the beach. Who's gonna go inside for that?
True. Okay. So it begins.
Yeah, maybe somewhere near the village where we built the dugout.
That's what I'm wondering, if it might be over there, but I don't know.
Yeah. That's my map.
Good film, High Plains Drifter. Apart from one scene that's really awful.
Yeah.
Like, just hard, not cool.
Yeah. I think you've mentioned it before, it's a bit of a deconstruction.
It is, yeah. It's well, it's a bit of a weird one. High Plains Drifter.
Hmm.
And it's, I mean, basically, the people of the town let the sheriff get killed.
Hmm.
And then this dude turns up who seems to know exactly who was or was not kind to the sheriff.
Yeah.
Exactly at the time that they need somebody because the people who did it are coming back to town. They're going to wreck up the place.
Hmm.
And he's this gunslinger and he turns up and they need him.
Okay.
But like, yeah, he knows a lot. So there's stuff that he couldn't know, obviously. So there's like is he meant to be the spirit of the dead sheriff somehow?
Yeah.
And he kind of has a revenge on it. Like he humiliates those who were mean to the sheriff or who betrayed him or whatever, but rewards those who've been treated badly by the townsfolk.
Hmm.
Which is good, but yeah, there's some bits in it. There's like this particular scene. It's just not good. Shouldn't have done it. Otherwise, good
Yeah.
fun. I think that's the film I saw that taught me how to tie a bandana.
Yeah.
So just cowboys wearing them. I was like, oh, that's how you do it. It also has a scene where there's a really clever one about someone tries to come and kill him while he's having a shave. While he's, at the barber's.
Yeah.
Because they assume he's taking his guns off while he's having a shave, and he hasn't. Or rather, he's hung up the belt, not the gun.
Yeah.
So they're like, aha! You've left yourself defenseless. Bang! Nope. Because, Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
So. How many will it take to get up the stairs? Probably 2, I reckon. And we'll need one at the top, I would think. Would so imagine. It's the case, but I don't know. Hey, hope you're having a fantastic day. Thank you, Bungie. Hope you're having a good day as well. It's been alright, thank you. I've worked from home today, which is always an improvement on working from work. So I can't complain. I mean, I can. Probably should. Thanks for dropping by. Hope you're having a good day. So I don't count it. Does go up here as well. Oh, I know what I'll do. I put this there. Also, I need to make the text on my chat box bigger. That was tiny when it came through. Need a magnifying glass to read that.
Wi-Fi sorted on the 16th. Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. We're going to be
Great
getting
news.
Jess streams again after that.
Hey, I look forward to it.
Yeah.
Working from home or attending school from home seemed like a blessing until it came true. Now I don't know how to feel about it. I can see that, yeah. Like, I like working from home, but I've not had to the whole time. Maybe I'd feel differently if it had been this whole time. Also, I put that in the wrong place. Like a fool. I suppose it depends as well, like what you're doing from home and how easy it is to do. Because like if you got to work from home, say, or learn from home or whatever, but you're having a lot of Wi-Fi troubles all the time, say that kind of suck, isn't it? It's gonna be frustrating.
Yeah, I have to admit, I don't know what you can do at home if the internet's out.
Yeah. So I remember, when people were first ordered to like work from home around that time. So that's like March last year, innit? End of March.
Yeah.
Like there were a big Virgin Media outage, like in Birmingham or something. And there were like loads of people like, I've just been told to work from home and I can't.
Hmm.
What's your option? Ooh, that's a cave.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you do that? And I mean, if there's, I've been talking to some people recently, and like they were saying that they've got 3 kids, like,
Yeah.
or 2 kids or whatever. If they've both got like different lessons, how do you kind of oversee them both? Does that work?
Hmm. Yeah, when the kids are trying to learn from home at the same time.
Yeah. And you might not have enough hardware to go around either.
Yeah. Horse looks like it's jamming to rock music. I can see that.
Well, it should be. Just keep rocking out.
Yeah.
They were a post-it when I used to work in admissions. They were a post-it on our wall that said, "Just keep rocking out and everything will be fine." No, because that was something I'd actually said once in mock seriousness.
Yeah.
Illumus of Fail says ZZZ.
There's a person that used to work in admissions. You, I believe, know her.
Hmm. Is this the elderly lady?
Oh no, I wasn't thinking her. I was thinking the
Miralon says ZZZ.
the small lady.
Oh yeah.
And she had a ferocious temper.
Yeah.
Met her there a few times where she ended up having a blazing row with somebody like in the office, which was, I mean, hilarious, but also really awkward.
Yeah.
And she went into one of her moods once when me and this fellow, while we were working, I can't remember how it came about. We'd put on computer, Freebird by Leonard Skinner, and it's got that very long. If you know the song, it's got quite a long bit at the end that's sort of like a solo, like guitar solo / bridge, I guess.
Yeah.
And we were kind of appreciating that, and she started kicking off. And he just looked at me all out of the corner of his eyes. I was like, "Just keep rocking out, it'll be fine." Then it ended up written up on a post-it on the wall. Keep rocking out, it'll be fine. Yes, that's life advice. Okay, I gotta count because I keep doing this, like immediately losing count of where I'm up to.
Yeah.
That's right. That's it.
Yeah, I'd have greatly preferred online school learning to my actual school experience.
Oh,
you
absolutely.
Yeah, with you on that one.
Me too, Jess. I
Yeah.
absolutely. Oh, sorry. I live in Turkey. Most of the time, using an online portal isn't an issue. But I can't say the same for everyone here. For some, it's an all-around nightmare due to connection problems. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I can see how that would be a bad time. My brother's a senior teacher. And the other day, the internet went down at school. So he ended up coming home to use his own internet so he could teach his online classes. It's, that's not the way, surely.
Yeah.
Because, the internet went down and they had no idea when it was going to be back up.
Have some foxes.
Hey. But yeah, I mean, as I think is well documented, I had an awful time at school.
Yeah.
Really bad. So learning from home would have been a lesson. I think.
Yeah.
saw an opportunity and he took it. Yeah, I guess he did. Certainly won't mind. He works hard and he does a good job, but he's no lover of work either. Like, he'd much if my brother didn't have to work, I don't think he would. But while he is, he does, you know, does the best of his ability. Best teacher I ever had, my brother. And I'm not saying that because he's my brother. Like, genuinely, the best teacher I ever had. Really good. My dad's also a good teacher. But I think my brother were better. Yeah, I taught by my dad and brother.
And he wonders why he got bullied at school.
I mean, it did mean that everyone knew I was, which is not a
Yeah.
good thing.
Yeah.
There's no hiding for Alan.
Mm.
Everyone knew.
Yeah, Jess. I mean, in a general sense, not just right now.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. There were some shenanigans, weren't there?
Yeah.
Recently. Where the government was supposed to be providing kids with laptops and then didn't.
Yeah.
But like in really just, I can't remember the details now. It's almost like too much.
Mm.
As always, thanks for the stream and good night to both of you. Thanks for dropping by, Bungie.
Yeah, thanks for being
Always
here.
glad to see you. Yeah, there's some shenanigans, aren't they? And I say it's almost just like it's just too much of it.
Yeah.
Weren't it there was an offer to provide laptops and they turned it down?
Mm.
Something ridiculous like that, isn't it? It's just ugh. Complains about the government on your bingo card. And Narellan despairs at humanity.
Mm. Yeah, something about there being not enough money to complete the order now, but the existing money has also disappeared despite not providing anything.
That was it, yeah.
Yeah.
Just man, I looked at if you wanna despair some more, the relative cost of the various test and trace systems.
Yeah.
That in the UK ours has cost 12 billion quid.
Hmm.
And Ireland's has cost 100 million, and is far more effective.
Yeah.
Scotland and I say Northern Ireland obviously uses the Irish one, so they've got that cross-border
Mhm.
compatibility. Scotland's is based on the, and I think Wales as well. No, because Wales uses the same one as England. Scotland's is based on the Irish one as well, because it's like open, not quite open source, but fairly available if you want it.
Yeah.
We have not used it, obviously, here in the UK.
Yeah.
Travel. Sure, I just heard a cat. Maybe I'm going funny.
Hmm.
There's a cat down here, I'll be shocked. Because there certainly shouldn't be. Like, I'm not saying there's not, because they get everywhere, but there shouldn't be. Certainly something splashing around in water near where I am. I can He had it. Which isn't ominous at all.
Clint Eastwood turned out to be one of those right-wing nutters as well, didn't he? So we were talking about him earlier.
I know he didn't like Obama,
Yeah.
and that's where I consciously switched off.
Main thing that I know him for these days is the who did Obama run against for his re-election?
Mitt Romney.
Yeah. So he was as part of Romney's campaign, Clint Eastwood did a video in which he screamed at an empty chair about Obama's failings.
Remember that?
It is, yeah.
It's weird.
It was something, yeah. Just screaming at an empty chair.
Because that's a theatre thing, right?
Hmm.
Like an empty chair
Yeah.
piece. You know, like when you do like a one-man or a one-person show,
Hmm.
and you address an empty chair as though there's various characters in it. I think that's what it's meant to be.
Yeah, he was trying to do it as though Obama was in the chair.
Yeah, it's
But-
one of those things, but it does not work, does it?
No.
Why is it that the cool Western actors are all
Hmm.
right wing? I mean, look at John Wayne.
Yeah.
He had horrible political views, didn't he?
Hmm.
Which is a great. Apparently, he was like a very nice bloke, but yeah, he had awful views. They were very polite and everything, but.
Hmm. I mean, you'd think if anything, like the kind of ideas expressed in the typical Western would not lead you to a right-wing viewpoint.
Yeah. They're all about like being free and
Hmm.
living. And look, one thing that kind of, or might surprise you, I guess. Sorry, I just saw Jeff made a comment, and I'll let you address before I carry on with my spiel.
And playing the music on the Titanic as it sings. Yeah, I definitely feel that one most days.
Absolutely. It's like, for example, the characters in westerns, like you know, the lead characters,
Hmm.
don't match up with what you might think of as like right-wing ideals.
Yeah.
Like, when does, for example, if you're talking about America, our American right-wingers, when do the main characters in westerns ever go to church?
Hmm.
In fact, if you look at a lot of them, if there's a church involved, the people there are surprised to see the main character.
Yeah.
In The Shootist, for example, which is a brilliant western, if you ever get a chance to watch Shootist, it's really good. John Wayne, who was dying of cancer, plays a gunslinger dying of cancer. In fact, lobbied for the role. They didn't think that he'd be interested in doing it. And he approached them and asked that he, said he wanted to play that character.
Hmm.
And which is interesting. Isn't it? But anyway, in that, the person who's kind of becomes his friend, they initially don't get on, but they become friends.
Hmm.
Asks if she's, devout and she goes to church all the time, and she asks him to go with her, and he kind of fobs it off jovially, like, "Oh, my church has always been the open sky,"
Hmm.
And then when she kind of pushes him, he clearly has no religious inclinations. Not
Yeah.
really. In Hyper's Drifter, because that's just a whole mess of weirdness. In High Noon, when Gary, the sheriff, I think Gary Cooper, goes into the church to ask for volunteers for the posse, the pastor's reaction is, "We don't see you here very often. Like, this must be important for you to come here."
Yeah.
In Shenandoah, the main character annoys the pastor by being late to church every week, and he only goes because his wife wants him to go.
Hmm.
She insists that they go to church, so he does. But they always turn up at last minute, and there's like a whole tribe of them. So
Yeah.
it always causes like massive disruption. Played for laughs, but So yeah, in that score, they don't match up to those figures, do they?
Yeah.
And like another as well, it's all about that not kind of towing the line.
Hmm.
Like even though they very often play like lawmen,
Yeah.
it's frontier justice where you kind of decide it yourself.
Hmm.
And there's a lot about this idea of wanting to live free away from any kind of intervention, which is what a lot of the West was about. There's that quote that I was like, I don't know who it's from, but it was a bloke who moved westward from like the plains in Central America because of how crowded it was getting, because someone had moved 2 miles away.
Yeah.
And he couldn't cope with living cheek by jowl like that. Which, I mean, relatable.
Yeah.
I won't mind living in bum end of nowhere.
Mm.
I guess like anything, people take the image they want from it.
Yeah. I was gonna say like the America First stuff. Like I don't get the impression that most cowboys were particularly fans of America.
No.
And most of them were kind of poor and miserable a lot of the time. It's like the Magnificent Seven. One of the most memorable scenes for me is that they're trying to recruit this guy who's like the best gunslinger around, and they're like, because they don't have a lot of money, so they're trying to sell him on the side benefits. That he'll get a nice house and there'll be free food and all this stuff while he's living there, and they're angling. They're telling him a lot of things about it while trying to get around the actual money that he'd be paid, which is not a lot. And he catches on to this and interrupts them and says, like fellas, you had me at room and board. Like, you see me out here chopping wood. This is for me to be allowed to sleep in the barn tonight. I haven't eaten for 3 days. There's not a lot of money in being the best gunslinger around. And that's a running theme throughout it all, of these gunslingers who are risking their lives against the bandits, and they're not living well.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of people out there are very, very poor. I mean, the bandits that they're fighting, they go into hoping that once they put up a bit of resistance, the bandits will just run off. There's easier prey out there, and they discover no, the bandits aren't leaving because they also haven't eaten in a while. They don't have the food supplies to go raid another village. It's this one or nothing for them.
Yeah.
It's bad out there.
Yeah. Life was hard, and I know there's like a romanticized portrait, the gunslinger just rides out with his gun and lives as he wishes and all that.
Yeah.
But most people had a really hard life.
Yeah.
Like you still did it because you thought it or believed it would be better than the alternative. But nonetheless, yeah, it's a hard life. It wasn't fun. Both the films Unforgiven, which is quite a deconstructing western, another Clint Eastwood one, very good, and 3:10 to Yuma do that really well. Sorry, I'm just counting and then I'll finish my anecdote. In Unforgiven, Clint Eastwood plays a kind of retired gunslinger who's turned to like be a farmer, and yeah, his farm's like absolutely struggling. He's kind of at the point of failure, which is why he takes the job to be a gunslinger again. Because somebody wants revenge, and so hires him, and he's like a middle-aged guy now. Hires him and another of his like ex-gunslingers because they need the money. The retired, like the money they made from it is kind of running out, and their farms aren't doing super well.
Yeah.
So everything's a struggle. And in 3:10 to Yuma, the principal kind of point of the plot is that everything the guy does is for money, in a way, because they're broke.
Yeah.
He needs the money to buy access to water because they're in a drought. and his cattle are going to die if he doesn't, and if his cattle die, they lose everything. So he agrees to do this job. I mean, it also comes into whether it's right to do the thing or not,
Yeah.
And it gets to a point where he gets offered a way out, and he's like, no, I have to do the right thing. But the villain, who he's got to escort to the train to catch the 310 to Yuma, right?
Yeah.
Hence the title, starts playing him with money. I'll give you what they offering you, I'll give you more. And it kind of, as he puts more and more pressure on him. And he says, the villain says, think about it. All these big concerns. Oh, he says, a drought around here, it could last 2 years. Like, we've known that. We've known them the last 2 years. Can you survive that? Because the big concerns can. They can afford to get water from wherever. Because once you've got money, everything's easy.
Yeah.
But it's not for people like you and me. Like, I know what it's like. That things aren't good. So, and I think it's brilliant the way he just talks about it. The villain does to him, about how the people with a lot of money can afford to do all sorts of things and get away with all sorts of things in the way that just a small scale farmer is doing it with his family can't.
Yeah.
Really good film, I'd highly recommend. It's the original 310 to Yuma I've seen. I've not seen the remake.
Also,
but I would absolutely recommend the original.
So just a line from you there. Didn't have enough money to buy water.
Yes.
Mm.
Because the water source on his farm had run out, and it was going to be, I think, $200 for access to a different water source. And that's $200 in like 1880s money.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I kind of dash. Oh yeah, they can't afford water, but yeah, yeah. Good point to flag that up. Set in New Mexico. It might be set in New Mexico. Yuma sounds like it'd be in New Mexico, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Which is a dry place. I've never been, obviously. But I've been to Texas. That's super dry.
Yeah, been to California and Nevada? Is it? Yeah, it's Nevada. That's where Las Vegas is, right? For some reason, I always want to think that Nevada's up north. It sounds like a cold place, Nevada.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And there's Nebraska as well, which is...
Yeah, I'm probably mixing it up with Nebraska.
Because there's certain ones I always get confused.
Hey, Badger, what's going on?
Hey, Vedder.
How are you doing? How was your game? Yeah, so in when I was in Las Vegas, I remember there was they did a news announcement that it was raining, and people were running outside to experience it. It was just a few drops. We wouldn't consider it to be rain here, but yeah, it's a big deal there. And in on the coast of California, I was talking to the waitress at one place, was telling me how it hadn't rained in that town since before she was born.
Oh, great.
And all the really strict water rules they have there.
In that, can't we? There was a burning ban when I were in Texas because it had not rained. Well, they'd only had it rained when I was there. Like Thanksgiving, we were out looking at the quad bikes before, after dinner. I can't remember. It's irrelevant. And it suddenly absolutely pounded it down, like out of nowhere, proper bouncing rain for 10 minutes.
Fail says ZZZ.
And then it stopped. And that's all the rain they'd had for weeks.
Yeah.
And they were all like, look at that. It was no, I mean, it wasn't as bad as like Nevada or something, but it was noteworthy.
Yeah.
It was raining like that.
Says ZZZ.
Kinda burnt out. Yeah, you ever set yourself on with a fair few games. Yeah, it's dry out there and it's getting drier year by year.
Yeah. They're feeling the climate change, I think, much harsher than we are, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like we're feeling it, we notice it, but it's not as.
Mm.
I mean, it's it's British weather, and it's not. It's never that extreme.
Yeah.
But it's getting worse. But it's not. It's not that extreme.
Yeah, not that extreme yet.
Exactly. Gas. I did not bring enough resources.
Minecraft is good, thanks, Verger. I'm collecting orange flowers for a bit of a project.
Lane track.
Yes. If you put bone meal on crops, they grow faster, and if you throw it on empty space, then it grows grass and random flowers for the area. I'm on Sunday, and you can set out next week with another 4 sessions. That's the spirit.
That's a lot.
All worth it for reasons. Is it that you're hoping to have finished your GMing quota by the end of February, so you won't have to do it for the rest of the year? Like, the more I think about it, the more I can picture it. That this is you doing the equivalent of smoking 6 packs of cigarettes to make yourself so sick that you'll never want to smoke again. Two lonely dudes on Sunday. Yeah, that's fair, Badger.
Goal points then.
I mean, you did lure all those people into your server with the promise of regular games, and then explain that you're actually running quite a few games right now, but you know, maybe someday.
But, regular games, I just didn't say when. Be regular at some point.
None of those people signed up. Well, you know, they're probably in a few games now, and you know, maybe someday.
I've used all my rails, so that's a tremendous amount. So I'm going to take a quick break, and then I'll have to run back to town. Well, run back to Vault Zero, then rather roll it back, I guess.
Does this mean that you've gone over quota?
At least it's not like when they were building the Transcontinental Railroad in the States,
Yeah.
which goes to two companies building from opposite ends to meet in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
The Union Pacific from the east to the west, and I forget what the other one's called. The other one, the famous one from California, eastwards. Called something Continental, I think. Either way, the Union Pacific was headed by a bloke called Doc Durant. I don't know if he was really a doctor, but they called him Doc Durant.
Yeah.
And he apparently they initially laid out the route for the railroad they're going to take over the plains. And he like sacked his engineer. He's like, "Don't you get it? They're paying us by the mile.
Yeah.
The U.S. government is paying us by the mile to do this." And he had him build the line like wavy.
Connect as many
So
random points as possible.
Not even that. Just instead of doing it in a straight line, as you would with a railway, because
Yeah.
just having the line weave.
Hmm.
Like bear left for so long, then bear back right, then left, then right. Like that.
Yeah.
Just so that they were laying more miles of track.
Mm.
Because no questions asked, they're just paying him by the mile.
Yeah. Sure.
I'm paying the company by the mile, I should say.
Sure, it massively delays the travel of everybody going in that direction for decades, if not centuries, but you know, money.
Exactly. Anywho, eventually he did get sacked. Would get forced off the board of his company for financial irregularities.
Yeah.
Which probably isn't a shock.
Yeah.
He was involved in some huge financial scandal. And he ended up being forced off the board at Union Pacific.
Yeah.
Played very well in the series Hell on Wheels by Colm Meaney, if I'm pronouncing Colm Meaney? Colm, isn't it? It's the Irish name.
Yeah.
C-O-L-M. Colm Meaney, who of course played Chief O'Brien.
Huh.
Plays Doc Durant. He plays him very well.
He's
The main character played by. Sorry.
the only person in Hollywood who can do the accent authentically.
Yeah. Good actor, Colm Meaney. Very good as Doc Durant. The main character was played by Anson Mount, who's a very good actor. I've seen him in other things. He plays Black Bolt in that awful Inhumans series.
Yeah.
Don't know if you knew that, but they did a series of the Inhumans off of the Marvel comics. And apparently it's utterly atrocious.
Huh. Didn't know about that.
And he plays Black Bolt. I was watching the Mr. Sunday Movies Caravan of Garbage about it. And they referred to him as Blackagar Boltagon. And they were like, no, that sounds like one of the silly things we say about character names. That's actually the character's name. I mean, that's from the comics, but yeah. The superhero Black Bolt's real name is Blackagar Boltagon.
Yeah.
It's like the Martian Manhunter being called John Jones, isn't it? So he goes under the alias John Jones.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's possible that's what, you know, that an alien name would actually sound like John Jones. And, yeah, that could exist.
Yeah.
It's just too convenient, though.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, it's my name from this other planet with his entirely own like evolutionary structure and linguistics and stuff. Just sounds like John Smith. It's just, it's too convenient. I know that's DC, obviously.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Martian Manhunter.
The flaws are largely shared, I believe.
Yeah, it's like how many superhero characters have alliterative names, like for their like, real names. But anyway, I'll have a quick break, back in 5 minutes, and then we'll carry on with some more Minecraft.
Alright, I'll take a break with you then. I'll be back in a moment, everybody. Yeah, I see what you're saying, Badger. Paid by the hour, bonuses before a certain time. Gotta finish at the last second. Maximize that money. hacking people if I'm right. Am I right? If I'm
Definitely.
right. Yeah. Yeah, back in a moment, everyone. Yeah. Thanks, Jess. See you in a few minutes. We are back, everybody. And it is nighttime, and I am in the middle of nowhere. Let me get straight to bed.
Oh,
Illumus of Fail says ZZZ. Neuralon says ZZZ. Illumus of Fail says ZZZ.
Close one.
Illumus of Fail says ZZZ.
was it a tense situation?
Yeah. Give me a Tilly cat, come and say hi.
Tilly.
You haven't been on stream in a while. Viewership is down. Do something cute. Alright, see you in a bit, Tilly.
Do some cat stuff, Tilly. Thinking before the break we were on about the Martian Manhunter.
Yeah.
John Jones there. Now I don't think it's necessarily canon because the plan never came to fruition. But he was supposed to be in Man of Steel.
Yeah?
There's one of the characters in Man of Steel was originally intended to, at a later date, be revealed to be the Martian Manhunter. It's like is he a general or somebody?
Yeah.
Is he a general? And he was originally planned to be revealed as the Martian Manhunter. It was going to be in, I guess, like Superman 2 or whatever it would have been.
Would it raise a lot of questions like, why did you not do anything during this whole thing? People died, buddy.
Like a lot as well.
Yeah.
He's in disguise, I guess. You don't want to.
Yeah, can't blow his cover.
Exactly. Which is also, something that comes up with Superman
Hmm.
in that film, so it makes sense if that's what they were going for.
Yeah.
I don't know
I
they
mean-
were going for that.
I mean, makes internal sense in this universe where concealing your identity is more important than the deaths of countless people. This universe where Superman sat back and watched his dad die because he had to protect his identity.
I'm glad you agree.
I mean, I don't know that it makes external sense, but it's consistent at least.
Yeah. It's internally consistent, which really is all you can ask. But no. Like when I first saw it at pictures, I was like, sure, that's quite striking, isn't it? His dad giving him a chance at a normal life or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you think about it afterwards, and you're like, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Like he's obviously just playing on like the emotion of it. Like, don't think about it.
Yeah.
Be like, oh wow, he gave up his life for his son. It's very touching, but also unnecessary.
Yeah.
After
And like maybe his son would have also enjoyed continuing to have a dad.
I mean, maybe. Like one might think that. Other things going on, things and stuff and whatever, you know. United.
Yeah. You know, maybe they had a good explanation for it. Maybe this was before he got his powers, right? Maybe he wasn't Martian yet.
Ah, that'll be it.
Yeah.
Don't know how I didn't think of that.
Mm.
I'm a manhunter, but I'm not actually Martian, so there's nothing I can do in this scenario. But fair enough. Fair enough, pal.
Mm. You'd think if of any super related scenario, you'd think of any an alien invasion would stir up the Martian, right?
I mean, you'd imagine so.
Hmm.
And
Feels
bear
like
in mind
that.
that the Martian. Sorry, go on.
Feels like that. You know, might be his field.
It does, doesn't it? Hello.
Hello.
And bear in mind that the Martian Manhunter has all the powers of Superman, but
Hmm.
also can change shape.
Yeah.
Like I feel like he won't be worried.
Hmm.
Like he's not gonna be like, oh man, I'm completely outclassed and gonna die here.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like, nah, this is normal business. The business as usual for old John Jones.
Feel like he'd probably, mop the floor with a bunch of what was I gonna say, Cybertronians, Kryptonians, who are completely unused to those powers.
Yeah, well, in fact, are struggling to breathe
Yeah.
and like staggering about and such.
Who are wearing helmets to block their X-ray vision because they haven't figured out how to turn it off yet, and therefore are functionally blind without their helmets.
Yeah. It's a bad film, but
Yeah.
it's a bad film, man. It's one of them that's kind of like impressive at pictures. You know, if you see it on the big screen, surround sound, and all that.
Hmm.
It's a spectacle. But the plot and the script and everything just done all up. There's some good moments in it, I think.
Hmm.
I think the first time he flies is quite good because both the effects of it and also Henry Cavill's acting. You know, he seems like completely over the moon, as I think you would be if you could fly.
Yeah.
Like first time he did it. Oh, sure.
Hmm.
I like it when he impales that guy's lorry with several logs. Pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, I don't mind him in doing that.
Yeah.
Although, as Mr. Sunday Movies or his pal, I forget which, pointed out, it's like one of these like trucker bars, though, right?
Hmm.
That he's at. Like one would imagine that if somebody's causing trouble and chucks a drink of at waiter or barman where he is, they just throw him out.
Yeah.
Like they're used to like rough customers and rough scenarios. So you'd imagine they wouldn't stand for that.
Yeah.
They'd just be like, "No, get out." But that's beside the point. I think the scene that does work really well is when, Superman and his enemies have like laid waste to the city.
Yeah.
And the ordinary people are kind of getting caught up in it, and you see the Daily Planet journos,
Hmm.
and some of them get. Well, there's one of them. Is it one of them? A lady gets trapped under some rubble,
Yeah.
and the editor, I've forgotten his name.
J. Jonah
Perry
Jameson.
White, is that it?
Yeah, Perry White.
He wants to escape because obviously there's buildings collapsing all over and people are getting killed,
Hmm.
and he doesn't, and he stays with her instead and just like holds her hand. Like I think that's really beautiful actually.
Yeah.
Because she's gonna die, but she's not gonna die alone, and I think that's lovely. Because she doesn't die in the end, but they don't know that.
Yeah.
So I think that's a really good scene. But yeah, that's like two scenes
Yeah.
out of that film. It's not good.
No.
I've not seen Batman vs Superman, but I'm told that is also not good. My brother didn't mind it though. Apparently, the opening scene is really good. which is Bruce Wayne. I don't know if you've seen it, Loomis, but it's Bruce Wayne trying to get into Metropolis from Gotham as the Kryptonians are laying it waste because he's got employees there.
Yeah.
Oh, I stopped. Where's this nonsense? Oh, it's not. I'm on the unpowered section of the track. That's right. I've reached at the end of the line. So, my brother says that's a really good scene, as he's like trying desperately to get to his staff to like make sure they're okay and everything. So yeah, I can buy that. That sounds good.
Yeah.
I've not seen it, so I can't really vouch for it, but it sounds good. It introduces a whole bunch of them, doesn't it? Like Aquaman and stuff. But I guess
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I've not seen it either. I've very little desire to.
Same here. Like, I kind of want to see that opening scene now.
Yeah.
Because I'm told it's quite effective, And Ben Affleck apparently acts it really well. Kind of desperation to, try and make sure his staff are okay.
Yeah.
But he can't, and that's like his big kind of motivation in the film is, Superman must be stopped because look at what he's done. So that's fair.
Yeah.
I'm over that. But yeah, otherwise I'm not bothered. Don't sound good. So I've not seen Justice League either. Same reason.
Yeah.
Apparently that were awful though.
Yeah, Man of Steel was enough for me to wash my hands of the franchise.
No Avengers Endgame, is it?
And Endgame was definitely the better of the two.
Like, it's the weakest praise imaginable, but still.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, I'm safe because these tunnels are built to exacting safety standards. I'm sure you're aware.
Illumus of fail says ZZZ.
I'm gonna have to sprint to try and find somewhere to sleep because there's enemies around.
Okay. I'm back home now, so it's not as desperate.
Neuralon says ZZZ.
There you go.
Cool.
An Enderman around. Against the whom, of course, all my defenses are useless.
Just don't look at him, forehead.
That is true. That is the easy way to solve that.
I mean, you act like I despised Endgame. I mean, it wasn't like Avengers Assemble. Now, there was a film that sucked.
Boo, boo.
Oh, the second one, that was... Man,
Age
that
of
was...
Ultron.
Yeah, that was something. That was...
I mean, I liked it, but I can see it's the weakest. Certainly, from my mind, it's the weakest of the Avengers films. Although I didn't like it.
Only good thing that film did was introduce the Vision, who they immediately ruined in Iron Man versus Captain America.
Dawn of Justice.
Yes.
Did you know that had Vision in Captain America Civil War?
Not really. They immediately took out everything that made him interesting or Vision-like.
I mean, he's still got a head laser and a cape. I don't know what else
Yeah.
you need. I mean, he's not even a laser. I know. It's like the Cyclops
Excuse me.
thing.
It's
He's
a,
got
it's a
laser eyes.
concussion
It's
beam.
yeah. I mean, certainly when we went to the pictures and we came out afterwards and you spoke about Endgame, you certainly sounded like it was the most atrocious thing you've ever seen, and you were in fact furious that you'd spent the time watching it.
I mean, I don't remember exactly, but I like to think we have a back and forth on these. Like, I feel like you'd be disappointed if I didn't come out with some constructive criticisms at the end of a film.
That's true. I was a little bit extreme, or a little bit harsher than I'd expected.
I mean, it's true that I can never go back to that cinema. Yeah. I mean, the look on the cashier's face.
Can never go back because it's shut.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully not forever. Certainly shut now.
Yeah.
I think cinemas are actually going to really struggle to recover.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of places, things like Netflix and stuff, film studios are going to sell them to them instead.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to get pitched as it's part of your package.
Yeah.
And you can do it from the comfort of your own home. And they'll may well even do the marketing of having like a couple sat on the settee with popcorn. Be like, yeah, it's the cinema, but there's no one sat in front of you
Yeah. I mean.
who's like wearing a top hat for some reason.
To be fair, I've often felt like the only reason to see a film at the cinema is to get to it before you encounter the spoilers. Like,
True. That is why I saw Endgame twice.
Yeah. Like, I don't think that cinemas provide a good movie experience. I would certainly rather watch the movie in the comfort of my own home.
Probably would as well. I mean, I like the gigantic screen.
Yeah. Not crazy about overpriced food, pre-assigned seats, security people walking up and down with torches every 15 minutes, etc., etc.
So I like that you can book your seats now at our local cinema, because it used to just be a Wild West, didn't it?
Yeah.
Never just get the seat you get. Yeah, surround sound. It's a giant screen. That's quite fun, and it can say, yeah,
I mean, sure, if I could get that in my own home, I'd go for it, but
absolutely.
I think it's not worth the downsides.
Like knocking down a wall. Put your giant screen. Oh, right, that's what you meant.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Well, I'd probably have to knock out a floor, to be honest.
Well, true. Yeah.
I mean, then I could game on it, so... the more I think about it, the more you're selling me on this.
I know one cinema not a million miles away from us. When they put an IMAX screen in, they had to take the roof off and lower it in because it's the only way to get it in.
Yeah.
Which just amuses me because it sounds like it's not worth it. Because at the end, you get an IMAX screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose there's I guess they trade, don't they, in a way, on pictures on the experience of it.
Yeah.
Like going to pictures with your mates, and there might be a gang on you, and I mean, I said I've not had snap from pictures for a very, very long time. Except for occasional ones where they do like deals.
Yeah.
You know, the bigger ones that we never go to because our local one's quite small. And you know, you got your big screen and you got your surround sound and all that nonsense. Yeah, the moments when the lights dim and all that. And like, it does feel like more of an event than watching it at home.
Yeah.
But how much that
mean-
would ever sway anyone is another way.
I mean, I'm all up for watching movies with friends at home.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Even more fun than watching a film yourself.
Well, let's not go crazy here. Wow, that's way more slabs than I meant to make. Never mind, I'm sure they'll come in eventually.
Slabs, Lewis.
They're not getting placed. They're being used for a purpose. I am making armor stands.
Oh, that's fine.
Yes.
As you were.
Oh. Can you put a stone back together? No. This is an unwelcome discovery. I wonder if I can, to the stoneworking table. Oh, nope. Well, this is frankly a disaster.
What happened?
Turns out you need smooth stone for a for an armor stand.
Do.
You do. I did not know that. You know, as the expert on making armor stands, you might have told me, but here we are now.
I think you've made more armor stands than me, Ed.
Probably. But that doesn't get me out of this tricky spot. So yeah, you cannot smooth a slab. It has to be pre-smoothed when you slice it.
Well, now we know.
Now we know. Knowing is half the battle.
The other half is violence.
Hmm.
I saw a meme about that.
Yeah.
It's like when somebody asks the barbarian why they've got such high int. Because knowing is half the battle. The other half is violence. I don't know all the components I need, but essentially this is it.
Oop, I got light.
Illumus of fail says ZZZ. Neuralon says ZZZ.
So I was looking at something earlier. Well, you remember the scene in Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, when they're in Moria
Yeah.
and they find Balin's tomb,
Hmm.
and Gimli's obviously mourning, wailing on Balin's tomb,
Yeah.
and then they realise there's orcs coming and they're going to force open the door,
Mhm.
and Gimli kind of rallies himself angry and says, "Let them come." There's one dwarf yet in Moria who still draws breath.
Yeah.
Which is quite a good line. I think that works very well.
Hmm.
A lot of people apparently think that he says blood and not breath.
Huh.
Like, I mean, obviously he very clearly says breath.
Yeah.
And it makes sense if he's saying breath.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's not what a lot of people think he's saying.
Huh.
This is, I mean, he's interesting.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why you'd think it was
Yeah.
blood. I don't think that actually makes sense. But here we are.
Yeah. Bit of an odd one.
I don't get it, but you know, to each their own, I suppose.
Hmm.
What do I need for buttons? It has to be stone now. I don't have any stone.
Smooth or regular?
Regular.
Hmm. Can't believe you can't reassemble the stone once you've sliced it up.
Glue it back together. Maybe you need slime.
Yeah.
Stick it back up. And I've made way more rails than I needed, but they'll come in later. Like, we're always going to need more rails.
Yeah.
Because things keep going, we'll need more.
Mhm.
So I need a barrel, I need some mine carts, and I need to drop some off at Vault Zero as well. Mind you, we've got like an absolute ton at Chasmby, haven't we? So I don't know if it's worth...
Yeah. You think just move some of those out?
Maybe, yeah. And then we could just make more, we've got the iron.
Hmm.
For now. But I don't know if it's worth, like, do we need like 18 or however many there is at Chasmby? Should we redistribute some? Is my thinking.
Mhm.
No, not what you think.
It's that thing how when you place down an armor stand it turns to look at you.
Good point. That shouldn't be the case.
Yeah. And yet.
Here we are.
Mhm. Let's see. Maybe a work table around here somewhere.
I don't have any fuel. And gems, there's still other components I need. Meh. Promising progress all the same.
Mhm.
Interesting if true. See if this works. We got the big boost to start with. Should do, but we'll see. I did see a video earlier. Or listened to a video of people talking. Why didn't Sauron know about the Shire? Like, why was it that when he finds out that the ring was taken to the Shire, he doesn't immediately like go? Essentially,
Yeah.
and you know the answer they gave was, you know, it's not a well-known place. You wouldn't necessarily know where it is because it's not famous, and also it's protected, you know, by the rangers and such.
Yeah. So.
But there's which is true. Well, there is I think we've talked about it before. Perhaps more obvious answer as well as those things. Shire doesn't tell you where it is.
Yeah.
Like it's the Shire. Okay, which one?
Yeah.
The Hobbit's capital Isaac is where they live, but could be any Shire. Is it in Gondor? Is it in the Old Arnor? Where is it? Tell you a lot. People in comments are also like, why doesn't Sauron just look through the Palantir? It's like, yeah, but how long is that going to take? Like, you can. But like, it doesn't show you everything at once, does it? You got to look at a specific place.
Yeah. If you don't know where it is, then you know it doesn't really help you.
Essentially, it'd be like looking at a telescope with like infinite range across Europe, from like Eastern Europe. You know, if you imagine if you stood in like Romania and you've got an infinite range telescope and you're just gonna look for a specific thing in Europe.
Yeah.
Where do hobbits live? I'll keep looking through this telescope and eventually I'll see some.
Yeah.
Although interestingly, in the Unfinished Tales, there's an unfinished tale called, I think, The Hunt for the Ring, I think it's called. And in that, it talks about Sauron looking, you know, Sauron and Saruman both looking for the ring.
Yeah.
And the schemes and that. And essentially, the first, like Nion, the first place that Sauron sent the Nazgul after he captured Gollum was on the west bank of the Anduin River, which is where Gollum's people used to live.
Yeah.
Because that's where they knew halflings lived.
Yeah.
So like he sends his forces to the obvious place straight away. And the bloke on that video rightly pointed out, which is an amusing irony, that the hobbits only left there. He didn't mention that specific thing about where Gollum's people, well, you know, that Sauron looked where Gollum's people used to live, but he mentioned that they had used to live there. And the irony is that when Sauron took up residence in Mirkwood originally, the hobbits fled west. So like they still would have been living there had Sauron not moved there looking for the ring.
Yeah.
So he probably would have found it if he'd not been looking for it. Or look for it at a later date.
We also got to wonder how much forward intelligence Sauron is getting. I mean, I know not all of his agents are monstrous orcs and black shapeless spectres, but a lot of his followers would draw attention on a day-to-day trip round the towns.
Don't mind me. This hideous fiend.
Yeah.
Fish. No use to anybody.
Balrog with a fake moustache.
Hello, friends.
Hello there, fellow humans.
Yeah.
Sure is
Yeah.
a good day to be mortal, right? And have you seen any nice jewelry lately?
We're not interested in buying, thank you. Haha, yes. Anyway. You wouldn't happen to have heard of fine rings at all? I want one.
Oops. That back now.
That. Go into. Put it over.
Whoop. It got dark. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a lot of things that were once alive.
Guess, where are you?
Lewis of Fail says ZZZ.
Sandington.
Ah,
Nurulon
Still on the hunt
says
for flowers.
ZZZ.
No, I did find some eventually.
oh, nice.
I'm working on the pyramid.
Ooh, more gold.
Hmm.
Rebuilding it in gold.
Yeah, just steadily replacing all the sandstone.
With diamond.
Yeah.
Emerald. It wasn't really suitable for someone of my stature.
See, spiders are friendly enough. Not gonna look directly at the Enderman.
Buttons, that's what I need. I need buttons and I need a barrel.
Oh, hello, sir. Oh. Ooh. Yeah. Okay, I need to make a withdrawal from the bank. There's a trader here with a lot of good stuff.
Oh, nice. What's he got?
He has brown dye, which is a rarity, and some coral, some buckets of fish.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, tropical fish. Jungle saplings.
Whoa.
Mm.
I need to fell some more of these jungle trees, actually. Keep not doing.
Yeah, brown dye, jungle saplings. Do you want more tropical fish?
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
I have a couple more. Thank you.
And the coral blocks. I'll have to go. Shall I go fetch the emeralds?
Ah, that's it. What do I need? Slabs.
Slabs.
I think I put them all on fire, didn't I? Oh, wait, no, there's
For
some here.
reason.
There's birchen slabs. Oh, there's some oak slabs. That's great.
Ah.
Good load of birch slabs as well. I wonder if barrels look different then if you use different woods.
Ooh.
Or if it's just always the same.
Oh.
Why did I build two? I don't need two. That one.
You know, normally you can tell from the recipe screen.
That's true.
If you right click on it and different materials come up.
Did two. I'm gonna have a look. I'm not gonna build more, so I don't need more. See if it would. You know, here's what I could have done. Ah, it's the same.
Ah.
Like you just have to. I think he's just telling you that you have to use the same wood.
Yeah.
No difference there. I wonder if these slabs should go on fire. I've got quite a lot of slabs. Got a lot of fences as well, but they could go on fire, and doors. In other words, there's a lot of wood here, and I bet it could all go on fire.
I mean, isn't that what we've got bamboo for, though? You know?
I mean, it is, but I'm just thinking if we're not actually going to use this stuff.
I feel like we do use fences on a fairly regular basis.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
And it's not that many slabs, right? I mean,
It's a couple of
are
stacks,
they
I think.
used in construction? In like
Shouldn't be.
making other stuff?
Barrels?
Yeah.
Barrels. I mean, they might be.
Composters, stuff like that.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah. Yeah, if we've got a purpose for them, that's fine.
Yeah.
We just shouldn't use them in buildings.
Yeah.
For fire safety reasons.
Mhm.
Grab some eggs.
So,
Was that to make sure I weren't throwing them into the open air?
mostly I just wanted to startle you, but yeah. I'm here. I wonder if any of...
Oh, there's not enough space anymore. I need another birch sign, and I didn't bring one.
I thought better of you, not gonna lie. It's like that Melon's got enough materials, he plans ahead.
No, I just didn't realise that I would need another birch sign down here, because it's in Casenby. I've got to make an amendment to an existing sign, but that means there's not enough space on that sign anymore. Which I knew sooner or later there wouldn't be, I just didn't realise it would be quite so soon.
But you had more time.
I did. Don't think we've got any in stock. Someone probably chucked them on fire.
Very wasteful. The one thing I can't
you,
stand is waste.
Did you take all the sticks?
Oh yeah, I'm making armor stones. Hold on.
I just want one. Oh, thank you.
Let's see. What else do I want while I was here? Oh yeah, emeralds. Like, literally the thing that I came back for.
I don't think I need any other signs right now. I just need to do this one. There's already one up there. At some point I'm gonna need more, but that's neither here nor there. That's a problem for the future because we're nowhere near there yet. Nowhere near, I would say. I should have done that. Oh well. I want to do that now. I'm gonna do it another time, maybe. Take a while to do. I'm doing it today. Oops. That's what I came here to do. So let's do that.
New platform signs.
Yeah. Oh no, it has to go like that. You can't.
Can't
There'll be a
connect.
gap between them. You can't have
Yeah.
a button. That's rubbish, but they'll have to do. They'll have to do, Loomis.
Yeah.
This bit I could do easily enough. Boop. Nine goals, man. Interfering with the business of the railway. I would have done it. I really am gonna have to get a lasso and come back. Which doesn't sound wise when you say it out loud.
Yeah. When I've lassoed iron golems in the past, it's been a mixed feeling of power and fear.
Yeah. Double.
Whoop. Sir? Okay. There's an invisible trader wandering around my pyramid.
Oh, because is it night?
Yeah.
Oh, you must have failed, says Z.
Were you town that well? I just arrived at a station. Otherwise, I'd have been on a long haul.
Hmm.
Neuralon says Z.
You need to work on sleeper cars.
You can reach it from here. That's sweet. You can reach the barrel that houses the wagons from a wagon sat on at the side of the platform. Quite like that. Move, nice. So I think the vault line's got to be our longest railway line now, isn't it?
I would think so, yeah.
It's got to have overtaken the Starfire line. It's certainly got the most gradients, and I think the most turns. Yeah, it's definitely got the most turns on it. Because you only turn twice, I think, on the Starfire line.
Yeah.
Because it's straight
Well.
from Chasmby to Sandington, and it's literally just a straight line.
4 turns, kind of zigzags.
Oh yeah, because you turn left after the line turns left after Sandington, doesn't it?
Hmm.
Then right, then left, then right, because it goes around the edge of those mine workings. You're right.
Yeah.
It does that zigzag around the mines.
Mhm.
I can't remember if is there another turn? Do you turn once more as you come in?
Maybe.
I can't remember if there's like a as you kind of get towards it, if it does another turn then to bring you in. I Can't remember. If we get enough item frames, I'll put a clock on each platform, well, at each station, you know, around the platforms.
Yeah.
So you can see what time it is before you set off.
Hmm.
So that you're not in the situation of like, I've just embarked on a very long journey without breaks, and it's night time and everyone needs to sleep.
Yeah.
But for that we need item frames, which either means we need cartographers who sell them, like a cartographer who sells them,
Yeah.
or leather.
Hmm.
I know you don't approve of that, so we'll have to wait till we can buy them off somebody.
Thinking on it though, then. I mean, have you actually checked the boxes for things that can be turned into leather? If there's stuff that we've acquired through acceptable means,
Worth having a look.
salvage rights.
I mean, occasionally I think your cat brings things in, doesn't it? Like
Hmm.
rabbit hide or something that can be turned into leather.
Yeah. I think there's some of that.
I'll have a look when I get back.
Like, I don't know if there's enough for your purposes, but I might be able to do a few.
That'd do it, wouldn't it? If we could do some.
Hmm.
Like, oh, you know, it's a start at least towards getting everything ready.
Yeah. There's one here.
We didn't explore the pine forests along the south shore of that lake, did we really?
No.
Because horses and such
Yeah.
scenarios.
Yeah, still got a lot of exploring left to do.
Let's have a look at these maps of buried treasure. Right, I can take that one with me because it's where I am right now, so we must have explored it. That one's unexplored, so I'll leave it here. That one's unexplored, so I'll leave it there. Because I'm not taking them with me. If we've not, if they're in this region, we've not explored it yet. So that seems
Yeah.
counterproductive. Yeah, it colours it in if you've already been there. So I know these maps are places we've not been. Oh, that one's just up the coast.
Hmm.
That one's just up the coast.
Yeah.
It's the same map twice, I think.
Ah.
That one looks fully explored, so I bet we've already done that one.
Yeah.
This one again unexplored. What I've done is I've reclaimed all the stuff out of the chests. All I've left is local maps, local treasure maps, and a boat. Because it makes sense to have a boat here.
Yeah.
But all that other loot we gathered, I've hauled back. Well, I'm hauling the last of it back now.
Yeah, I think we pretty much just circled the edge of the lake, didn't we?
Yeah. We sailed around it, didn't we?
Yeah.
Which makes sense. That's the beginning of exploring an area.
Yeah. Fastest way to fill out some map.
So when you see those old, like, 18th, 19th century maps of areas, and it's just the coastline in detail, and then rivers.
Yeah.
That's where you could get by boat, and the rest is just blank. Kinda how it works. I remember thinking of it been a bit like that when I first went to uni, because obviously I didn't know the city very well.
Hmm.
And I'm like, I essentially know the railway line, and then there's like, public transport routes. Like they're essentially my rivers.
Yeah.
Like the things that I can see from the public transport, from the tram, is essentially me on a boat in a river mapping it as I go. I think what I'd like to do is fill in all the gaps on our existing maps. Fill in all those spaces unexplored.
Yeah.
Everything to do, and then at some point I'd like to go north, like beyond the Starface. I don't think we've ever really gone that way.
Yeah.
There's a lot of speed here. That's interesting.
Sounds good.
That was because I think did Tyson go beyond that early on?
No, because he went west. It was me that went east. So I've been the
'Cause
furthest along that route.
Yeah, because he said he saw jungles, didn't he?
Yeah, which is a thing that we've still never found, and which I'd love to see.
Because he saw snow, and that I assume is the mountain range we found
Hmm.
to the west. But where did he see jungles?
Yeah.
Unless he mistook something for a jungle. But I think that he somehow saw jungles. And if we see jungles, that'd be great. There's lots of things to explore there, lots of things to discover.
Yeah.
And I believe a source of brown dye.
Hmm. Need to have another ride out soon, I think. Feeling that itch.
Yeah. So we've been doing a lot of building, haven't we?
Yeah. I mean, the most recent adventure we had outside our walls was into the Nether, which wasn't quite the relaxing, fill out the map country ride that we're fond of.
True, it was a bit tenser, wasn't it?
Hmm.
By which I mean it was a constant battle from start to finish. Like not only the environmental conditions that were nightmarish, but constant attacks as well.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm all about filling out some of the space on the maps.
Cool. Me too.
Are buckets of fish a farm good?
Sorry, Loomis?
Buckets of fish, are they a farm good?
Is he just they're just waiting for deployment?
Yeah. I know you'll want to name them straight away, right?
Yeah, please.
Maybe I'll put them under magical items.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh,
How
wait,
many have we got?
4 of them.
Nice. Suppose that'll bring the aquarium about up to capacity, won't it?
Yeah.
So let's get 4 name tags and come up with 4 names.
Oh, it's raining.
Huh. Do we golems? Isn't it? Tipping it down.
Yeah, over there too. Are you back home now?
I'm back home. Just arrived.
Saplings away. Hey, buddy.
Thank you.
Let me get this armor off. Feels good to be back in Chasm B when you can take the helm off.
Yeah, I get that. To deposit, one in broken tools and one in rubbish tools. So I don't really think there's any point in keeping it. TBH. So it's a stone tool, you can go in rubbish tools.
Something you made in the field.
Something we did when we were out there.
Ah, okay.
I've hauled it back.
Hopefully now that we've got mending tools, we'll need to do that kind of stuff in future.
Yeah. Hopefully not. Do it on my armor, really.
Yeah.
The armor's great instead of the quite.
Yeah, I've got myself some mending armor, and it's pretty sweet.
More arrive, foolishly seeking fortune and glory in this domain of the damned.
Hey, we've got people
Give me a
coming
sec.
in.
Give me a sec, I need to get to a place where I can do things.
Hey, Miki. So good to see you. How are you doing? And hey, Burning. Thank you so much for the raid. How was your stream? Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout. Is that different to regular Fall Guys, or has it always been Ultimate Knockout and I've just not known? Is it actually night, or is it just raining really heavily?
I mean, I've been able to go in bed.
You can do that when it's raining, though, right?
I think you can do it when it's a storm. I'm
Ah.
not sure if it's always
Hmm.
always raining. I'm not sure actually. I know definitely when it's a storm, but maybe it's just always raining.
Yeah.
Hey Ricky, hey Ben.
Always has been. Okay. Did you get any crowns? How did it go? Always has been.
What does that mean? The Ohio state flag or something ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that bloke's armor. Oh, spacesuit.
Space armor. I'm doing good, Miki. I'm bouncing back, feeling more myself again. It's good to be back to streaming.
Good to have you back.
So, thanks. I've missed everybody. Yeah, I think feeling more myself. Although I don't know whether it's from the vaccine or if it's just from stress, but I've had a headache for like 2 weeks now. Just this slow
That's
thrumming. Yeah, I'm getting there.
Good.
No victories, but some from leveling. Oh, okay. See, I didn't even know there was like a leveling system or anything like that. But yeah, I was asking about victories. Did I? Yeah, I did have a haircut. I posted a picture of it on the Discord, I think. I don't know if people have seen, but yep, got it down to shoulder length. It's very, very light and freeing. Feels good.
So it feels
Much-
good, man.
Yeah, much quicker to wash as well. No more spending 6 days at a time in the shower, trying to shampoo it all. Baxter Corgi, hi, how are you doing? Came in on the raid? Nice. Thanks, Miki. I appreciate it.
I'll have to tidy this up later, but it'll do for now.
I wonder if making a thing would be possible. Or if... Let's see. So that's going to be halfway. Could do that. No, I've immediately done that in the wrong order. You'll get more red dye.
Damn it, Lewis.
I might need to make a fresh banner as well, actually, because there's a limit to how much stuff you can put on one banner.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I'm sure I'll find a use for this one someday. Yeah. Were the good matches then, Burning? And how are you doing, Baxter? Are you having a good day? What's going on? Let's see, I'll need a stick. Pretty good day? Nice. Glad to hear that. Let's see. So yeah, I'm going to put these ones in first.
You'll need neatening up, but that's at least done that bit. There's a path now from the paths in town to the station.
Yeah.
Rather than it just being walk across the countryside. As it were before.
Okay, didn't quite turn out how I was envisioning it, but kind of made this. Have a look. Don't know if you can see it when it's in my hand.
Wait, let me come around.
Oh.
There you go. Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
But I might put that up somewhere.
Yeah, I like that.
Careful, sir. I'm punching flags here, you know. You got burnt? Oh no, Miki. Well, what did you do? You weren't cooking again, right? I mean, you've been warned about that. Let's see. What would be a nice spot for this? Maybe just at the well? Actually, what about over here? Yeah, I'm going to put this outside my my house, to the extent to which it still is my house, given that other people took it over.
The house that you built, I suppose.
Yeah. Had to get supper somehow. What happened, Miki? Did you catch the tray? I'll splash your hand and face. Oof. Oil is the worst stuff. Hope you're alright. It's not too bad, is it? Yeah, I've definitely done that one a few times. white sheep. I've got plans that require banners. I'm just gonna go around and put flags and everything and declare that they're mine.
Oh, 19th century.
The lands here obviously exist for Chasm to claim. So, sarcasm given right. Yeah, it's been a while since you've gotten yourself burned, Miki. Alright, thanks for hanging out, Jess. It's been nice having you here. It's always good to hang out with you.
Hi, Jess.
Yeah, catch you next time, and good luck with your internet stuff. I'm looking forward to when you can stream again.
Definitely. Goodbye. I think this will be about it for me as well.
Yeah, I guess I should call it a night as well then.
Getting up to that hour.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
thank you, everybody. Sorry, that was good.
yeah, it's been a while since you've come in here with burn wounds, Miki. It's, I remember when I first met you, you were pretty much always in here with having burnt something. Yeah. The source of the kitchen ban. If you weren't... Yeah, your main activity was burning yourself in real life, and then your main hobby was burning down the camp in Don't Starve. So yeah, I think we've made great strides forwards.
Yeah, you can see the bridge from here, but not the temple, Nether temple. But you can see the bridge that leads over to it.
Yeah.
That's quite cool. You can see the hill that it's on. So you see the bridge, and like the stairs up, and you can't quite see what's there. It disappears into the fog, which seems very appropriate.
Yeah. Imagine the Nether temple just kind of leaps out at you when you get close.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, thank you everybody for watching. Thank you, Lewis, as always.
Yeah, thank you for joining me. Been good. Appreciated the company.
Been good.
Yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Hope you've all enjoyed it as much as I have. Had a very nice evening.
Lovely.
Good.
Should be back on Friday. About 1900 GMT.
Yeah, team stream.
See what we're playing this week.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks again for being here, everyone. Really appreciate it. Yeah, I hope I'll see you all next time. Until then, everybody.